Well, I think I've been more of a TINKERMAN than Claudio Ranieri this season. Hello and welcome back to some more Football Manager and another part of the Sir Alex Ferguson challenge with Aston Villa. Today we have two big matches in the Premier League, both away from home, one against Tottenham and one against Sheffield United. Now, I have played a huge amount of matches since the last episode, since you last seen me, because I've been tweaking lots of different things. I've even took over training. I've signed a couple of new players. Oh, I cannot wait to show you. First of all, let's have a look at the transfer business in January. So a couple of players left. Jesper Karlsson was the first one to go. It did hurt me a little bit, this one, because he was a signing I was very proud of at the time, and I thought he was going to change the football club. I thought he was going to be a brilliant player. It didn't quite turn out that way. He didn't have the best of seasons last year, and this year only ever played one match for us, and he went to Dynamo Kiev in Ukraine for 24.5 million. It could go up to 27 million. But yeah, I thought that one was a pretty good deal for us. And Ethan Laird, who we signed last season, he was a fullback. We signed him for 14 million from Man United last season. He played 21 times last year, did pretty well for us. Played 8 times this year, was injured for quite a lot of it as well. And Arsenal came in with a £40 million offer. So I honestly thought that was a fantastic bit of business for us and a great profit. So yeah, I was happy with that one. So on the incomings, you can see we've signed 4 players this month. Ricky J. Jones was the first one. You probably know him better from Kev's series in Non-League to Legend, and he came up on the scout reports. I know how good he can be, so I did give him a whirl for £6 million. I didn't think that was too bad. He did score a goal in the FA Cup. Hasn't done too well in the Premier League so far though. But we'll keep giving him a bit of game time, and we've stuck him in a mentoring group, so hopefully we'll see some improvement from him. That guy's just somebody for the under-23s. The assistant signed him. He doesn't look that good, to be honest, so not the best signing. But Paul Pogba has come in from Man United on loan for the rest of the season. His contract does expire at the end of the year, so we might have a look at him. Who knows? He has come in and made an instant impact though. 4 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 7.18 average rating. He has been brilliant so far. And another big player from Man United. We're in search of goals, so we've splashed the cash. £42 million on 28-year-old English striker Tammy Abraham, who goes against everything that I've ever went for in terms of how I sign players on Football Manager. I usually look at their history in the save. He's not done very well in the save, but what attracted me to him was he did play here at Aston Villa back in the Championship, scored 25 goals in 37 appearances, then backed that up with a great season in the Premier League the next year. I'm hoping we can rediscover his form this year. He did alright in Newcastle last year, in fairness, 8 goals in 13 appearances. If he can do that towards the end of this season, he's going to really help us. So let's see how we've got on since the last time you've seen us, which was that 2-1 defeat to Liverpool, I believe. Was it that long ago? Was it maybe even a lot longer than that? No, was it the Wolves match? I think it might have been the Wolves match. What? I'm a madman. I've played so many more matches than I thought. But yeah, Man United, we lost 5-1 to them. So the tactic went out of the window, the 3 at the back tactic, and we went to a more conventional 4-1-2-2-1. And drew 1-1 at Tottenham, then lost 2-1 to Liverpool, which wasn't too bad. Jesper Karlsson playing his last game for us there, gave him a match and he actually scored, so maybe we've made a mistake there. We then beat Leeds United 1-0 away from home. Calvert-Lewin with the 93rd minute winner there. We then beat Leyton Orient in the FA Cup third round 4-0. Enjoyed that one. We then drew 1-1 with Southampton. Beat Bournemouth 2-0 with Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting both there. We then didn't score for 3 games and lost all 3 of them. Went out of the FA Cup. A 4-0 defeat to Leicester. That was very disappointing. And then I thought, right, something needs to change here. I'm going to start doing training. So for the last couple of games, I've done training. We drew 1-1 with QPR and then beat West Bromwich Albion 3-0. So we're unbeaten since I took over training. Let's hope that continues today. In the Premier League, we are 11th, 34 from 26 games. We are very much in the sort of battle for 7th, maybe even 6th at a push. It all depends on how the rest of our season goes. But I certainly feel confident of finishing in the top 10, which is a far cry from where we were at last season. The season preview had us finishing in 8th, so it would be nice to finish that high this season. Last season, of course, only 47 points from our 38 games, and we finished 13th in the end after a late season rally. We're currently doing better than 13th. Let's make sure we keep it going. We're out of the relegation picture, which is really nice to see. Last season, it wasn't quite as straightforward as that. We've got 12 games to go. Let's give ourselves the strongest possible foundation for next season. Our Wonder Kids are starting to develop a little bit. I've stuck them in some mentoring groups. It's all going on. You can see the training that I've gone for over the last few weeks, very much focused on match preparation and utilising set pieces. I've updated the set piece routines and all of that, so I've had a real ball playing Football Manager the last couple of days and just absolutely making sure that this team is in the best possible shape because I'm determined to win the title next year. I know it's a bold thing to say when you're 11th in February the season before, but I genuinely believe this squad of players can do it. I think we are terrific, and I think a couple of more additions in the summer and get rid of Ollie Watkins, maybe get rid of Calvert-Lewin as well, because if we look at the squad performances, our top goal scorer is Neymar with 9 goals, 6 for Salah, 4 for Good. I'm pretty sure it was virtually the same the last time you seen us. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's only scored 4 goals this season, and the big failure has been Ollie Watkins, and I think, what was it, an injury that ruined him? I mean, not desperately, He hasn't had any injury worries, really. But who knows what has happened to Ollie Watkins? He scored 22 goals in the Premier League 2 seasons ago. The 2 seasons before that, he scored more than 10 goals, which is all right. And then last season, 4 in 27. And then this season, he hasn't scored a goal yet. He hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League. Granted, we've only given him 3 starts, but I just don't trust him. And it's such a tough position to be in when you don't trust your strikers. He's not even making the bench at the moment. Now, my claim about Paul Glatzel being the top goal scorer of the season, it might not quite have turned out that way yet. I'm still confident though, but I'm going to give Tammy Abraham a go today. So this is what we're going for. We're going for a gegenpress style tactic, because apparently that's really good in FM. Who knows? It's never worked for me. But you can see, we're going back to that sort of defensive midfielder idea, putting the wingers out there and the lone striker. It worked fairly well last season towards the end. We've went back to that idea and just trying to build on it tactically. So this is the team that we've got. Emiliano Martinez will start in goal with Esteves, Bailly, Brindley and Kurt in defence. By the way, Daryl Brindley, 20 years old. He's, he did go up to 3.5 stars actually at one point, and you can see he's just getting better all the time. He is going to be the best English defender, in my opinion, very, very shortly. Emre Kurt has moved to left back now since Laird has gone. I think Emre Kurt can do a decent job out wide. Pardon me. Tanguy Ndombele will be our defensive midfielder, with Paul Pogba and Declan Rice in the middle of the park. Oscar Garcia and Neymar will start wide, of Tammy Abraham up top. So here we go into this Tottenham game. We are away from home. It is going to be a real struggle for us against Pep Guardiola's Tottenham, who have done a lot better this season. They had a couple of seasons where they weren't performing as well, but since Pep Guardiola took over them, they are truly a top side again, which is great to see. Here's Neymar, although hopefully they're not going to be a top side today. We have had the better of Pep Guardiola sides in the past, and here's Tammy Abraham, and it has gone in. It was a touch from Onana, but Tammy Abraham scores his first goal in his second spell at Aston Villa. That was a terrific finish. It has to be said, and it was a lovely ball over the top as well from Declan Rice. What a header that was. And Tammy Abraham with the finish, third goal of the season for him, and it's 1-0 against Tottenham after 5 minutes, and that moves us all the way up to 8th as it stands. Obviously, other teams are playing around us as well, so we'll see how that goes. But no, very, very nice to see. Here's Ruben Neves. Now Gomez on the ball. Here's Theo, and well, that's a bit of a goalkeeping blunder from Martinez there. Theo Hernandez with the finish. First goal of the season. It's typical. How often does that happen against your team this late into a season? I mean, that's poor defending from Bailly, I think. Yeah, should have done better there. And I mean, Eric Bailly, considering, last season, I don't think he was anywhere near in the first team as much as this. I'd be interested looking at his starts from last season to this season, but he's been right back in the team this year, and he's done a decent job most of the time. Obviously today a little bit disappointing with that with that bit of man marking that he didn't do, but hey, we've still got a great chance in this game. We're not expecting to win it, so let's just do our best. Emre gets it away. Here's Lo Celso now. Gets it to Hannibal. Hannibal to Magno. And now Lo Celso. Kane to Magno. Great save. Great save from Martinez, who, again, has shown me that he's very much our number one again. Had a dodgy season last year, but he's been back to his best this season, dare I say it. Let's see what we can change. It's Oscar Garcia not looking the best today, so let's put Diogo Jota in there instead. And Neymar's not having the best game either, so I'm actually going to put Sales in there, and we're going to swap him round with Jota, and we'll see how them two do. Sales and Jota wide. Jota not actually played too much this season. He had a great end to last season for us, and maybe we should have banked on that momentum a bit more. That was a nice tackle from Sales there, tracking back. Wonderful to see. Good kick forward, and Tammy Abraham was almost on the end of it. Here's Son Heung-min now, pushing forward on the right for Tottenham. Here's Hannibal. Hannibal on the ball. He's still going, and that's a terrible shot in the end, but it was a good, nice little run. Son into the middle, and well, there's the header, and Hannibal scores. He has been a handful the whole match. We're actually going to move it up to attacking now for this last 20 minutes and see if we can actually do anything here. And with 15 minutes to go, we might as well start changing things a little bit tactically. So Ndombele is going to come off, I think. How's he playing? A 6.4. It's not really good enough, is it? We can put Calvert-Lewin on. I think we will do that. I was thinking about putting Ricky J. Jones on, but it doesn't seem like the type of match to test him in, really. But we've got 15 minutes to go here. Let's see what we can do. Here's Eric Bailly. Gets it over the top. Jota, well, if he chased it down, could have put him under pressure. Look at this. Oh, I thought that was going to be the moment. Paul Pogba now. Sales. Oh, what a goal that is from Jorge Sales. Now that could be the Wayne Rooney moment for Sales. That was amazing. I mean, the goalkeeper And Araujo not doing the best defending there. Good pass from Pogba and a fabulous finish from Jorge Salles. And that is back to 2 goals apiece now. And we're 2-2. Let's keep attacking. Let's try and get the winner here, folks. Let's do it. Come on, 5 minutes at a time. Let's not lose it. That wasn't part of the plan. Here's Calvert-Lewin. Look at the space we've got here. Calvert-Lewin to Tammy Abraham. Why have you tried a 1-2? Tammy Abraham, he should be bombing forward there. He's already got a goal. That should be the moment he wins the match for us. But instead, it looks like Tottenham might come at us. But here's Declan Rice. Oh, that was a good idea. And Salles was going for it. But they got it back. Dele Alli, our old mucker, who we reinvigorated the career of Dele Alli and Hannibal now. And Araujo makes up for his huge mistake before. Ronald Araujo, 2 players have scored their first goals of the season today. How frustrating is that? Oh, well, if Tammy Abraham just ran forward like any normal striker would have, how different that could have been. But Pep Guardiola gets one over on us, and Tottenham win 3-2. Got to take that one on the chin, I'm afraid. And now we've got 2 weeks, so lots of training to get in before we play Sheffield United. So I will just show you what I've been doing, and you know, full disclosure, I watched Fox in the Box's video. I think every FM player has done this year, and really, you know, listen to what he had to say. And I thought, you know, we can give that a go. If it's rubbish, we'll go and block him on YouTube. It's as simple as that. So yeah, he suggested, you know, focusing on overall training and outfield training, and that's all I've been doing really, on the most part. And sort of when we've had 2 weeks to play with, doing other things in there as well. You know, so let's take the opportunity to do some resistance training, and then do some recovery, and then do some quickness, and then do some match practice is pretty intense. We'll just do some recovery on the Sunday, and rest. That looks fine to me. So we'll confirm that, and then we'll go to the next week, and then in the run up to it, for goodness sake, I've mucked it up. That's annoying. I'll go back and do that in a minute. It does frustrate me how the last week ends up wrong there. Why can't we copy previous ones? That seems to be a bit of a mistake. I'm not really sure why none of these are blank. If I'm honest with you. Not really sure why, but yeah, we'll have all of them in there. So for this, we want to go for overall, outfield, overall, and then the day before, we want to do some set piece training. So I want to do some attacking corners, and I want to do some attacking free kicks, and in the middle we'll do some match preparation on the teamwork. And then on the day before, match preparation, attack and movement. Because we're taking on Sheffield United, I want to be attacking there. And then what I've, sort of changed myself is instead of having the community outreach and stuff, why don't we have a little look at some attacking shadow play or anything like that? Is it on technical? Tactical, attacking shadow play. That's what I want to go for there. And then let's go for technical, chance creation. That looks good to me. So that we've got a little bit of variety in there. We're wanting to create lots of chances this weekend. We're wanting to attack and score goals against a team like Sheffield United. We've also got Everton to think about next week. After the match, maybe what you want to look at is recovery. and also reviewing the match, because that's really important that you review what you've done. It'll help your tactical familiarity and all of that good stuff. And hopefully all of that will work out nicely, and we'll have a good result against Sheffield United. You watch, we'll lose 6-0 now. I told you I was engrossed in the game. I forgot to actually bring you back for the Sheffield United match. So let's have a little look at the team that we went for. We've got Martinez in goal with Estevez, Christensen, Brindley and Kurt in defence. Rice, Pogba, Good, Jade Jones and Neymar take up our midfield positions, with Tammy Abraham leading the line once again. We have had an opening goal. I will show you it. Paul Pogba once again showing his true quality here. Neymar with a great cross into the middle and a wonderful header from Paul Pogba, who actually does have pretty good heading stats. It might be interesting to stick him on the near post in our corner technique, but Sheffield United have just equalised, which is a bit of a disaster. But yeah, see, it just shows you what happens when you're playing with all these intricacies, which I don't usually bother with. The next thing I'll be doing is my press conferences. But there you go. Sheffield United have equalised. We're back on level terms. I can't believe I forgot to do that. That's embarrassing. But anyway, is that Sacek, Mikhail Sacek, who we sold to Newcastle last season? He just seems to be making it through the mid-table Premier League sides. We'll have a little look at him in a minute. He has Good on the ball. Tom Good pushing forward now as a box-to-box, and well, it was a fairly tame shot in the end. I was expecting a little more, and Emre Kurt has picked up an injury. That is a bit of a problem, because we don't really have too many left backs. We've still got Lucas at the club, so we might shove him back in there. Interestingly, 7th is no longer European football, so that means somebody weird has ended up winning the Carabao Cup. But meanwhile, John Reyes, wonder kid John Reyes, has just scored his 14th goal of the season for Sheffield United, and it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. I wish I never did bring you guys in, because Brindley's missed his header. Reyes has stuck it in the back of the net. That's 2-1 Sheffield United. This is... Oh, and Estevez is injured now. What is going on here? Right, I guess it's going to be Christensen on the right-hand side then. We'll switch him back to a no-nonsense on the stopper. Back like old days with the stopper mentality. Right, let's berate them. Why are you getting injured? I mean, please say that's not down to my training. Being too rough. I hope not. I think it's just a coincidence, to be honest. But that's annoying. But Reyes in again. Ball over the top. What on earth has happened here? I mean, you can tell. I mean, I've still got my headphones on because I was watching YouTube in the background. What is going on? 3-1 down to Sheffield United now. I thought it was all going so well with Pogba scoring the first there. But let's thrash the arms about. We'll say we're far from pleased with their performance so far. We're going to berate them some more. And we've only got one substitution left. That's kind of the problem here. Here's Declan Rice. Now Cancelo gets it forward to Neymar. And Jade Jones is there at the far post. Ricky Jade Jones gets his first Premier League goal. And I think that could be an important moment for him. That's nice to see our right winger getting a goal, because we've really struggled for right wingers over the last few years. So we stuck Jade Jones in there and given him a little bit of a run. And now... we're back in the game. It's 3-2. We're still, not on level terms. We'll berate them some more. Maybe bring Abraham off. And we'll stick Salles up top. And hope Salles can pull off another wonder goal like he did against Tottenham. That would be nice. Or maybe do we stick Jade Jones up top because he's already scored? That's a good ball, and Reyes gets his hat-trick. Oh, well. Sheffield United have torn us apart again. It's the ball over the top. I mean, maybe this is showing me we need a lower defensive line. But once again, that's 3 identical goals, really, that Sheffield have scored. Here's Cancelo, gets it over to Christensen, and that was a bit of a howitzer. Oh, it's another ball over the top. Oh, and a fumble from Emiliano Martinez to top it all off. It's a bit of a disaster today, isn't it? It's a lesson in taking your chances wins your football matches. It's fair to say. I don't think we deserve to lose 5-2, but can we get another consolation goal and get it back to 4-3 and give us half a sniff of getting back into the match? Jade Jones, he's offside. I thought Jade Jones was going to be the hero there, but that was well offside, I'm afraid. At least Salas has put it into the back of the net again. It shows he has got a bit of a clinical touch, but you know, he's straying so far offside there. And Sheffield United have won that 4-2, and that is a disappointing result, I have to say, because I really expected us to beat Sheffield United. Oh dear, and these are 2 fairly sizable injuries as well. Both twisted ankles, funnily enough. So let's have a little look at when we might want to come back, and I'll actually come back this time. So obviously we'll have the Leicester and Arsenal games to finish it off. So a good halfway point between them is there. Crystal Palace and Watford. Why not? Why not? We'll take those 2 on, and then we'll play Leicester and Arsenal, finish off season 6. Who knows what's going to happen? I bigged up this team at the start of the episode, and they've let me down massively today. Sheffield United are up in 9th, I suppose. You know, it could have went either way. But conceding 4 goals is a little bit worrying. Where's John Reyes on this list? He's up there in 8th, but 3 of them goals were today. He certainly wasn't in that list before today, and it's just a far cry, isn't it, from 2 seasons ago when we finished 3rd. You guys will remember, or maybe you won't, but we had 3... Sorry, I'm just sorting something out behind my monitor there. We had 3 guys in this top list. We had Jamie Vardy, we had Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and we had Ollie Watkins. All 3 of those were scoring massive goals. Since Jamie Vardy has retired, the goals have dried up, I'm afraid. Jamie Vardy was, of course, must have been the key to all of it. It's a shame. But what can we do? I think Jamie Vardy's still at the club. There he is. He's our under-18 assistant manager. I think you need to put your boots back on, Jamie, because, we need this season back where he scored 17 goals in 20 starts. It's not going to happen, though, is it? Well, we're down in 13th now. I really hope we don't get sacked. So let's have a little look at the club vision. They're disappointed with the oh my God, they wanted us to get the FA Cup quarter-final. Oh dear. The top half, the current good run of results. Is that a good run of results? Really? Is that a good run of results? I don't know, maybe we need to change the tactic. But I feel like I've changed it a lot this season. And it's just one of those nice problems to have. Or in this case, a terrible problem to have. Of that, I don't know what my strongest 11 is. You know? And that's because any combination of them doesn't seem to work. So, we'll see. We'll see. Paul Pogba seems to be a good signing. He is declining, so whether we will take him up on his offer of coming to us next season. I don't know. I tell you what. I'm rambling on in this episode, but I tell you what is interesting. Our good friend Neymar is declining at a rate of knots. He's now only a 3-star player. At the start of this season, he was still 4.5-star. He's now apparently our 5th best attacking left midfielder. Isn't that just incredibly sad that Neymar has declined so much now in his career that he's only the 5th best player on the left wing, apparently behind James Maddison, Tammy Abraham, Calvert-Lewin and Hudson-Odoi. That is pretty insane. But anyway, we'll leave it there for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for daily Football Manager content from a Monday to a Friday. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.